Hello everybody, this is Dennis Sietsma in Homestead, Florida, USA. Dennis John Sietsma Productions, and today is it's Saturday, August 12th, 2023. It's 4:12 p.m. in the afternoon according to my clock here. And what this video log today, I'll be putting the General Motors 1992 to 1995 RPO L35 vehicle identification number, VIN number W, the upper intake plenum. And I have to caution everybody watching, I have dual air on this van and I got this AC line in the way. So to get the upper plenum on and off, I have to tilt it at an angle so it doesn't snag and destroy the fuel injection electrical connector. And this is a VIN W RPO L35 engine with a central multiport fuel injection. They call it a CPI because it is central port injection. They do all 6 poppets. The computer fires it about 3 times per revolution. Every time the crankshaft goes around 360, it fires about 3 times in pulses that go to the maxi injector and allows the maxi injector to squirt to all 6 poppets. And this thing's real finicky in the first iteration, and they replaced it with another iteration after 1996. They came out with sequential firing poppets, which requires wiring to each of the poppets and a different computer and everything. So there's a big difference between 1992 and 1995. But this video log, and this is not a how-to, I show you my mistakes. In this video log today, on this date, this time, we're going to be reattaching the upper intake plenum. And I think I've given you enough cautions that you lift the front and the back several times when you're getting it in and out. Make sure it doesn't snag on the electrical connector, because that electrical connector is very expensive now. It can be fabricated, I'm told, but I bought one and I haven't installed a new one yet because I'm going to be changing out this spider several times after they've been refurbed or remanufactured. This one in here was remanufactured by GB Remanufacturing in California, GB Remanufacturing. And I got 2 more cores I'm going to send off to Injection Masters in Washington State. And I'm going to send the other one off to GB Remanufacturing, because I'm an Astro van enthusiast and I foresee a need for these spiders for years to come if I am to keep these older Astro vans in service without swapping to the V8, which is an option that everybody seems to love. But I want to keep this a stock V6 because this is all I need for the work I do with it. But I'm trying to do the upper plenum, and I've prepared for this. I don't like some of the bolts that are used for the upper plenum, so I'm going doing some research to replace these with, like this one right here. To my mind, was too short. This was not long enough to satisfy me, so I put in a longer bolt. But it doesn't have that nice head on it, a flange type head like you see on the original was a flange type head. So I'm going to try to get some of these somewhere in the world. If anybody knows where I can get this, I'd appreciate if you post a comment. But it's an M6-1.0 thread pattern, and this was used on 1992 to 95. Now you see I've staged my notes here to prepare for this operation, and I've taken a photograph out of the service manual with the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 10, I think it is. so I don't miss a bolt, because a couple of them are hard to see. Number 10 is one of them. But anyway, it gets torqued down to 124 inch-pounds or 14 Newton meters, according to the service manual. And I've got other excerpts here that I've done by blowing up things, taking pictures. And in my videos, when this is converted from a video log into a video production, I'll put my references at all these service manual pages and my notes and my research into the end of the production. So those of you that watch to the bitter end will get the benefit of my research and notes and all of this. But anyway, having a super long 10 millimeter is handy to start with. And then you need like an E6 for these two Torque-X, for these two studs in the back that have a Torque-X head and then some notes, Torque-X heads, and then some, I can't even talk. I'm having trouble talking. Anyway, I try to pre-stage everything, so when I start working, everything's at my fingertips, and I don't get upset when I can't find things. But one of the things you're gonna need is these Torque-X bits. The smallest one there fits the last two studs, or the two studs on the driver's side. Those two studs are number 2 and 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and these just go around in the pattern 1 through 10. But it's not 2 and 3. When you look at the pattern, the two that are the studs are 7 and 8. So, and I have to orient this so my diagram is the same way as the front of the engine. That's backwards. That's the back of the engine. So I don't make mistakes when I'm working. So I hope you like my video. Give me a thumbs up if you learned anything about this RPO L35 engine and its peculiarities with the fuel injection. And there's an in-tank fuel pump that has to put out at least 62 psi as measured at this fuel injection port. Otherwise, the damn thing just won't run well. And when the engine doesn't run well and the transmission doesn't like it, this whole powertrain its heartbeat is the fuel injection. You got to get it right. No matter how many parts you got to change, it has to meet specs. So I hope you like my video. Thanks for watching.